Aries for Tuesday. All right, let's see, Father, what do you have for Aries for Tuesday? Aries for Tuesday. 8 of Swords. It's time you get out of your head. Get out of your head. The 8 of Swords is that mental prison that you put yourself in. Look how cute these cards are with the ball of yarn and stuff. I've had these for a while, but sometimes it just still amazes me. The amount of things that I see in my third eye compared to what I see on the illustrations. Y'all see that if you're new here, I get a new deck every day, to use. And this is so cute because it's like saying, in a very subtle way, look, there's a ball of yarn here. You feel tangled up, but it's like all you got to do is you got to let yourself out of this. This is very self-inflicted, okay? I'm just seeing someone who's just, you can tell yourself, hey, everything's okay. But for some reason, you're still, you let your mind wander into these negative thoughts. And Father's saying, you got this, and you know it, and you feel it. And for some reason, you're still battling that, okay? But that's okay, because I do see a fight there. I do see a fight there. And with that fight comes a lot of action, a lot of, I don't know, I see you talking to you in monologue style, talking yourself out of these dark thoughts, but still having them. So it's clear to me that you're trying to unlock the door. You have the key and you're trying to unlock the door. Your hidden energy is the Sun and the Hanged Man. Yes, look how much you're trying to unlock the door. You're like, okay, let me see things in a different way. Let me focus on being positive with the Sun card. Let me focus on my own happiness. The Hanged Man comes to say too, you kind of feel stuck. One of those things where it's like, oh, I'm stuck here, but I'm really not. I just need this moment to figure it out. And so that's, again, these two cards coming together is like, the feeling of feeling stuck, but knowing that you're not. So it's like, okay, let me think about this. Let me think about this in a different way to get my mind off of those thoughts here, okay? And then for some reason right underneath there, we got, well, not for some reason, but like we see the 6 of Wands. There's victory here, okay? You will get through this. You will, because you got the Sun card here, which is positivity. Your positive thoughts are going to outweigh the bad. You just need to get outside a little bit more. Clear your head. Talk to yourself outside and in a kind and beautiful way. All right, get outside. One of those things that will help. Get outside. These two cards are like, go outside in nature. Both of them have birds on them, You can either choose to listen to the negativity or the positivity. And when you get outside in nature, you start to see the positive things of life, Anyways, Aries, that's what I have for you. Even if it's just a walk, get outside. All right. Thank you so much. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Thank you. Taurus for Tuesday. All right, let's see. Father, what do you have for Taurus for Tuesday? We got the Hermit card, but it came sideways. Okay. I see that you really, really kind of want to just, be to yourself, but you might have a lot of things to do where you're not able to. Because I'm saying this is your ultimate goal. Look, I just want to eat something good, sit in my bed or sit in front of the TV on my couch and just, be with myself right now. It's like so many outside forces and external stuff going on. And you're like, look, I got to watch my show or something. Or even if it's not a show, watch the game, watch a movie, watch something that has the drama coming from there and not from out here. I'm saying that you want to be, you want to see some drama other than what's going on in your life, okay? Whatever you might be dealing with, it could be family members that are dealing with something and you're just so involved and you've been involved in your own thing. And it's just so many things that I'm seeing that are just like, look, I need to be to myself right now. I need some good food and my remote. But for some reason, you're not able to. You're still like dealing with so many things here, okay? Your hidden energy is the 2 of Cups and the Queen of Wands. So yeah, you're still kind of like dealing with some balance here when it comes to yourself. And with the Queen of Wands, it's saying, you need to be a little bit more confident in yourself. When it comes down to it, I see the confidence, but I also see you saying, oh man, this is too much. You're overwhelmed, And sometimes when we're overwhelmed, we get a bit angry. Queen of Wands sometimes can come out as like, oh, just everybody leave me alone, okay? Let me enjoy my couch and my TV and my coloring and my drawing and my whatever else I want to do. But I'm just seeing you kind of like battling with that dark side too. Because with the 2 of Cups, it's like, okay, sometimes it can be about relationships, but I'm not seeing that for you, Taurus, right now. I'm seeing this be you and yourself, being comfortable with both sides of you. Like, oh my gosh, I want to help right now, but I have so much going on that you're struggling with that needs and wants and desires of your own, and everyone needs you, but you need you. And it's like, I told you, it's like a monologue within yourself. Like, anyways, that's what I have for you. I hope this information helped and blessed. 222 on the timer as I say that. I hope this information helped and blessed. You have a beautiful, blessed one. Thank you. Gemini for Tuesday. All right, let's see, Father, what do we have for Gemini for Tuesday? Gemini for Tuesday, Knight of Pentacles. All right, I see you have really gotten just into a routine here. And if you haven't, you need to be, because I'm seeing half of the collection being like, half of the collective, y'all are in routine and y'all are doing very well. This is bigger than just brushing your teeth, washing your face. This is more so like, maybe you started drinking a lot more water. Maybe you started like going to work out. This is good, okay? Excuse me, confirmation. Some of you all are definitely in routine. Some of you all need to get into that routine. You've been putting off, hey, I'm going to go to the gym. Hey, I'm going to drink more water. Hey, I'm going to eat better. Whatever it is, drink more smoothies. Whatever your goals are, it's time to start doing that and doing it consecutively. Don't let up. Sometimes we do miss a day or two, and that's okay. That doesn't mean, okay, I missed a day or two, let me fall off, okay? And then for some of you all, I'm seeing that you need to fast. So maybe a week of discipline or 2 weeks of discipline will help you start other routines. Because fasting is not, it's about, not eating and depriving yourself of something. But a real fast really requires discipline. And so this is one of those things where you have to find that habit and discipline yourself, okay? Especially if you've been doing so much bad. Like if you've been drinking too many sodas, drinking too much alcohol, smoking too much. Whatever it is, you need a week or two of deprivation. That means cancel it all out, okay? But I am seeing the routine. This is steady, slow and steady, planting those seeds with the Knight of Pentacles every single day, doing it, okay? Bigger than brushing your teeth and washing your face. This is a routine that you make on purpose, okay? But with the King of Wands and the Queen of Cups, this is going to absolutely help balance your emotions as well. If you've been feeling very emotional and all over the place with the Queen of Cups, and then some of that is you taking your power back as well. I'm seeing that some of you guys need that routine to take your power back, because sometimes you get off of your routine because of other people. It's like, oh, I care for them so much, so now I have to go, I'm supposed to go work out, but such and such needs me to pick them up. I'm supposed to eat better, but they need me to do this, or I need to spend money on that. No, this is like being kind to yourself with the Queen of Cups, taking your power back with the King of Wands, saying that you need you right now, okay? So develop that routine, whatever it is, or get deeper into that routine. That's what I have for you, Gemini. I hope this information helped and blessed. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, blessed one. Cancer for Tuesday. All right, let's see, Father, what do we have for Cancer for Tuesday? Cancer, we got the Devil card. Oh my gosh. Ooh, be careful of the people that you hang around or the habits that you fall into because of others. I'm hearing big on peer pressure, okay? Maybe you've been recently very big, heavily pressured into something you didn't want to do. Oh, you're not going to drink with us, or you're not going to hang with us. And these are people that just really, they waste time in their life, okay? I'm hearing that song by Glorilla, and that's so funny because I don't really listen to her, but I used to listen to that song where she's like, I don't want to hang with them. They don't handle business, okay? It's like you could have hung out with me and we could have been at the top together, but don't look at me like I am like weird or crazy for wanting more out of life, because sometimes you get around people and you drink and you smoke and you do whatever, and you get into a lower vibration, but you still think higher. Like your higher self still talks to you. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes people don't. So y'all will both be talking about something and then you decide to do it and they still are stuck on this developmental stage. And you have already exceeded that, because after that you're like, oh, I had fun that night, but now it's time for me to, stop playing. Be careful of people that pull you back down. Okay? Heavy on that. Be careful of people who take you back through a toxic cycle or, put your mind back in a traumatic state where it's survival. You don't have to keep surviving in a friendship. You don't have to keep surviving in a relationship, okay? It should be easy to talk to, it's not going to be always 100%, completely easy, but it shouldn't be so challenging where you're always having to be their light, because they're feeding off of you. I'm hearing energy vampire, okay? So be careful of people like that. Your hidden energy is the Queen of Cups and the Three of Swords. Look at all that healing that you do. Look at how compassionate you are. Queen of Cups is a water sign, okay? And it's like you feel so much for these people and want to help them out so much. And sometimes to the point of survivor's remorse, you know? That's what I'm hearing too. But be careful of peer pressure, because the Three of Swords is here to say you've been healing. You're healing. Even if you do get to a lower state and start, you know, hanging out with them, you know how to get back. You know how to heal yourself, okay? And they don't know how to do so. So just be careful. Just a warning. You know, I don't like to invoke fear, but I always like to tell you guys what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. All right, that's what I have for you, Cancer. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed one. I hope this helped and blessed. Thank you. Leo for Tuesday. All right, let's see, Father, what do we have for Leo for Tuesday? That energy is all over the place. First and foremost, you're exhausted. You've been working too hard. Maybe work has got you really bogged down right now, but that energy is too chaotic. Yo, I can always tell the way the card flies out, okay? And it's just like all over the place. That Ten of Wands is absolute exhaustion. You are tired. You've been putting on everything, helping everybody at work possibly. You possibly been doing a lot of, like, you know, stuff that's outside of your job title is what I'm hearing as well. So just be careful of all of that. Even if it's not work related, if it's just family related or life related. I don't know why I heard that. That's so interesting. Because I can't make this kind of stuff up. You know what? Leo, if whatever it is, you can't keep taking on everybody's stuff. You take on their emotions. You take on their action items. You take on their tasks. If they're not doing it, then you need to rest sometimes. I know sometimes you just want to get things done. Like, I'll do it. You know, they're not doing it right or they're not doing it. Let me do it. You know, because I know how to do it. But you're exhausted. So get some rest, Leo. I just feel like you've been taking on everybody's stuff, man. Everybody's stuff. And the Four of Pentacles says, hey, look, you need to save your time, energy, and money. And or money. Whatever it is. You know, because the Four of Pentacles says, hey, you've been giving and giving and giving, and now it's time you hold on to your own energy. It's time you hold on to your own time. You know, because sometimes we'll be like, oh, it'll take 5 minutes. So what? With that 5 minutes, you could have been sitting there recharging. You could add that to the end of your day. Instead of like, oh man, you hit your clock and it's time to go back to work again, or it's time to life again. But Father's saying within 3 weeks to 3 months with the Three of Wands here, you will get better at handling how to, like, you know, I don't know why I'm hearing contain that. And that's funny because with the Four of Pentacles, I'm seeing that containment. But you'll be able to contain that. You're able to, in a while, it's going to take a minute, because I just feel like you just still are going to be a little stubborn about this, because I'm hearing stubbornness. Where you're like, oh no, I'm not going to take on anybody's stuff. And then your mom calls, or your dad calls, or one of your children call, and you're still kind of trying to help. You're still trying to action item some stuff, or you're still feeling for them. Like, you know, emotions still are there. And that makes sense, but also you need rest. You need that time to yourself. Anyways, Leo, that's what I have for you. I hope this information helped and blessed. You have a beautiful, blessed one. Virgo for Tuesday. All right, let's see, Father. What do we have for Virgo for Tuesday? We got the Three of Swords. With the Three of Swords, it's all about healing and that healing energy here, Virgo. Part of it is like you've just been really going through it here. I'm seeing that it's taken a while to get to this stage here, okay? With the Three of Swords, it's also about taking time to heal. Sometimes I feel like you run away from your emotions and you're running and running and running and running and running. And with that running, it's like, when do you take the second to say, man, I've come far. I've been running a long time and I've come from a very far place. Like, it's I'm seeing in my third eye, you know, Forrest Gump, how he just decided to start running. And he's just running and running and running. And before you know it, he ran all across the nation. And you're like, but you never took that second to see how far you started running. So it's time to take that second to see how far you've come in your healing process. Three of Swords say you've healed a lot within yourself and within your family dynamic. You don't have to take on the stuff of your childhood anymore. You've healed from a lot of things. You have some time, you have some ways to go. Yes, Virgo. But that family stuff, that toxicity, that stuff from your childhood, think about how old you are and how many years it's taken for you to even be able to talk about some of the things you've gone through. That's healing. You know, because to talk about it is to think about it. And, you know, at some point in your life, you weren't even thinking about it. You were just blocking it out. Now you're really talking about it, or talking to yourself about it, or at least thinking about it. Look, the Three of Wands in the World card is taking some time to actually get here, to that lesson, to close that cycle, to actually start healing. And again, Father's saying, look at that distance. Three of Wands is about distance being between that too. It's like, look how far you've come. Take a moment and reflect on how far you've come, because you absolutely have come from a long way. With the World card, again, you've learned a lot of lessons. You've closed a lot of cycles and a lot of toxic cycles. Even if it's just, okay, I used to smoke a pack of cigarettes a day and you only smoke 2. That's a lot. You got to pat yourself on the back sometimes. That healing is healing regardless of how far you think you know, because sometimes we want to be completely healed. We want to say, I don't want to think about this anymore. Why is it still breaking me down at night? Why is it still pulling on my energy, telling me that I'm doing something bad or thinking something bad? And Father's like, look how far you've come. You've absolutely been healing. Healing is a journey. Healing is a journey. It's not a destination, okay? So happy healing, Virgo. You've been doing great. Take a moment and reflect on that. I hope this helped and blessed. Thank you so much. Libra for Tuesday. All right, Libra, let's see, Father. What do we have for you? Libra, we got the Queen of Cups. Go easy on yourself at this time. Your emotions could be emotional, okay? I don't know why I'm hearing emotional roller coaster. Loving you ain't nothing healthy. Loving you was never good for me, but I can't get off. I don't know. I think that's what she's saying. Y'all, me and lyrics. Okay, I look the lyrics up. Sometimes it's not even the whole song. When I channel music, it's just that part. So you might just be feeling like this right now. It might not even be necessarily a toxic relationship. It just feels toxic right now because of what you're going through. But remember, when you go through something, you have to go through it. I feel like you're going through a storm right now with your emotions. And the storm feels like it's raining, it's raining, it's raining. But I'm just hearing it won't rain forever. Okay? Even though you might feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster, I'm hearing that it won't rain forever, Libra. For some, like I said, for some reason, I'm just seeing that part of the song. Now, I don't know what the rest of the song says, but right now, this is how you're feeling. And it's okay to, your feelings are very valid. It's okay to feel. All right, just don't stay there, because I'm seeing that, you know, you got to be kind to yourself. Go easy on yourself about your decisions and what's going on right now and what's happening right now. Go easy on yourself like a mother would, because this is one of the cards that is like a mother figure or something like that. You might be really, really close, getting closer to your mom or a mother figure right now that's helping you through this. But you also need to learn that you are also your mother. Your inner child needs that love that you haven't given it in a while here, okay? So even if you do get some outside help, just know that you still need that second to emotionally balance yourself, not without advice, without other people's opinions, without other people's, you know, added doubt. Go easy on yourself and love on yourself the way a mother would, the way you would your child, your inner child, you know? Very big on inner child stuff. Look at the Page of Cups. That's so cute. Very good on inner child. That's speaking to yourself kindly. Page of Cups is all about like a kind word. Some kind of message comes, and this is you talking to yourself in a beautiful, loving way. All right. You might even get a phone call. Some kind of like somebody calling with an urgency saying, hey, you know, I really do love you. You know, that's what I'm saying. If you feel like this is emotional, confirmation verb. Woo. That one kind of hurt. If you feel like you are going through an emotional roller coaster with someone, I'm seeing that they really, really have very kind words to say to you. So this is just a feeling. Your feelings are valid, but it might not be the truth. So that's why I said that little piece of the song, and just keep working on yourself as far as speaking kindly to yourself about this. That's what I have. I hope this helped and blessed. Scorpio for Tuesday. All right, let's see, Father, what do we have for Scorpio for Tuesday? Scorpio, we got the Hangman the Seven of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse means you keep letting your guard down a little bit too much when it comes to someone. Now, this is kind of like, this is where it gets a little bit sensitive, okay? Because it's a delicate balance between letting your guard down and opening up, and also having discernment, knowing when not to let your guard down. Right now, you've let your guard down and it's not the right time. Sometimes it is okay to be open to love or open to relationships and open to friendships. But I feel like, I don't know why I'm hearing that oversharing. You might be oversharing at work, or oversharing to your family, or oversharing to the world right now. But you're giving too much information out because you're not protected. You got to protect yourself on your next move. The Seven of Wands upright is that protection. That's okay. I'm not going to let you in. But it's okay to let people in at times. Right now is not the time for you to let people into your information. Especially if you're planning something, or you've planned something, or you've moved, or you started a new job. Now is not the time to give the update, is what I'm hearing, okay? Because you're letting people in that are either very jealous of you, or they just want your information because they just being nosy. They don't know what to do with it. And because they don't know what to do with it, it's not safe right now to let people in to your information in your life. Now, it's not saying you got to be cold and not talk to people, but it's saying, like, you know, just guard your information. My grandmother used to say, what goes on in this house stays in this house. You get what I'm saying? So, Scorpio, really protect your information right now. It's not always going to be like this, but just this season right now, this little moment right now, whatever it is you have going on, stop telling people your business, okay? Yeah. The Seven of Wands upright says to, you know, protect yourself. The Seven of Wands in reverse says you're going somewhere unprotected, okay? You're unprotected right now. You need to protect yourself for sure. Your hidden energy is the Four of Swords and the Empress card. Yeah, it's time to focus on you. It's time to really focus on you. Even when it comes down to, like, maybe going on a vacation, or Four of Swords talks about getting that rest and stuff, you know. Rest up on when it comes to talking to other people. Yeah, you love them. You think about them. But this is all you. With the Empress card, this is all you. All of this has everything just to do with you. So focus on, instead of picking up that phone or that cell phone, that text message or email, whatever it is that you spread information on, leave it alone. Let it rest. Okay, let it rest. But it's because it's not like you don't love them, because right underneath that is the Ten of Cups. You love your family. You love, you know, the stuff that goes on with that. But you also have to take care of you right now. The Empress card says self-care and self-love is important right now. So being to yourself, resting, not really talking too much, resting. Okay. Anyways, that's what I have for you, Scorpio. Sagittarius for Tuesday. All right, let's see, Father, what do we have for Sagittarius for Tuesday? We have the Justice card, okay? Whew, I feel like you got this, or maybe not. I don't know. I have no idea, you know. That was yesterday. Who knows? Jess does not keep information or energy in her, okay? Not from other people. I got to balance my own self. Anyways, getting to your reading, Sagittarius. You absolutely need to, like, really be truthful with yourself with what your next step is. You could be going through something legal right now or something like that, but you need to find balance when it comes to your truth, because it's something about you sharing information or people trying to find information up about you. And it's like, you got to find that balance here, okay? That means not giving too much, but really still living in your truth. So if you're going through a custody battle, for instance, this is saying, like, all right, it's okay to move on in another relationship, but you don't have to necessarily be loud about the new relationship, because obviously the ex or somebody is going to be upset. You know what I'm saying? If you're happy, it's a delicate balance between living your truth and saying your truth all the time, you know, because I know Sagittarius, y'all are very blunt, y'all are very honest, y'all just be like, so what? Why can't I say that? But if you're dealing with somebody who it takes some delicate, you know, being blunt is not the answer here right now. The truth is the truth, yes. But you have to, like, it's almost like, it's really hard to say this, because Sagittarius, I know y'all are not the ones to, you know, what do you call that? Spoon feed somebody the truth, or, like, you know, you're very blunt, very honest. You're not one to just sugarcoat anything. That's it. No, but it's time to sugarcoat something right now. That doesn't mean you can't live in your truth. It has to be a balance of living in your truth and being loud with it. Your hidden energy is the Ten of Pentacles and the Star card. This does have to do with family life and things like that, and your stability. Again, grounding yourself. The family is in the background, all that. The mom, the dad, the grandfather, the dog, everybody, you know. But again, this is like, live your truth and have your happy home without having to deal with, you know, the rah-rah that comes with being blunt about how you feel about your lifestyle and what you want to do with your life. All right. And then the Star card comes to say, whatever it is, have faith in it. Okay. Keep the faith, keep the hope, keep hoping, wishing, and praying, because that's how you're going to win whatever this is, you know, or, you know, I'm not saying conquering anybody, but it's just, this is how you're going to get your peace. I was about to say get your way, but Father corrected me. This is how you're going to get your peace, by kind of pulling back on the bluntness, but still living in your truth. It's a nice balance. You got to find that balance, okay? You can do it. You got this. That's what I have for you. I hope this helped and blessed, Sag. Thank you. Capricorn for Tuesday. All right, let's see, Father, what do we have for Capricorn for Tuesday? We got the Two of Swords. You might be lost when it comes to a decision right now. You're kind of analyzing both sides. You're seeing both sides of a situation and trying to figure out which way, in which direction you want to go with it, okay? You could be trying to make a decision about your love life, okay? Is this right for me? Is that right for me? Is this person right for me? Is that person right for me? Is being single right for me? Is being in a relationship right for me? You could also be looking at a job situation like, confirmation. You could be thinking like, is this job right for me? Is this the setup that I want? Which one is gonna, it's not even always about the money. Which one is gonna offer me the most peace in life, the most benefits when it comes to your peace? Because peace is priceless. We all know that. If you can work a job and one has like a whole bunch of money, but you're gonna be stressed 100% of the time versus something that's gonna offer a little bit less, and it's going to be a little bit more peaceful, you still evaluate the two and see if that's going to be the situation that you want to rock with, okay? Because one or two door number one might be worth it, door number two might be worth it. But it seems as though you're evaluating. I saw 111 on the timer as I looked up, and that means to trust your intuition. You could be seeing 111 a lot. And your intuition is clear, but your head is still trying to be logical about it. You got to go with how your gut feels. Trust your gut feeling on this, okay? And live in your truth, whatever it is. Your hidden energy is the Page of Cups and the Nine of Swords. Yeah, you could be like really, really stressed over a situation here. This is you like, okay, I don't know which way to turn. I don't know which way to go. Tossing and turning all night with this. With the Page of Cups too, this could be like, I told you, this could be something romantic where somebody's like, hey, I'm trying to give you this. Even if it's a job, they're trying to give you an offer here. And you're like, I don't know if that offer's enough. Because like I said, it could be like, oh, they're not offering me enough, but does the rest of it make sense? Is it going to be too much for you as far as stress level? Or is the offer going to come looking like, all right, this is beautiful. I'm going to enjoy myself. But you never know. Trust your gut. It's something about trusting your gut, because when you trust your gut, you're going to get everything that you wish for and everything that you hope for. Trust your gut and what makes you happy, okay? Nine of Cups talks about, wishes being fulfilled, everything that you want coming true. So I see the tossing and turning a little bit, but I also see that you're still trying to evaluate whether this small offer is worth it. So, again, trust your intuition. Thank you so much. I hope this helped and blessed, Capricorn. Aquarius for Tuesday. All right, Aquarius, let's see, Father, what do you have for Aquarius for Tuesday? Ooh, we got a test coming through. Test. Tower moments, okay? It might feel like, whoa, okay? Because tower moments are very, very sudden. It happens, very, very quickly. But that's a good thing. The good part is that it happens very, very quickly. It's like ripping the Band-Aid. Ouch, that hurts. But at the same time, this is a test. It builds you. It breaks down everything that wasn't meant to be, and it builds you up. So I'm hearing let the chips fall where they may. Because everything is being set up for you in a good way. Who that's bars? I say that because that rhymed, y'all. Okay, bars. But no, seriously, this is a really big moment here, okay? It doesn't even have to happen today, but this is a moment to say, hey, whatever happens within the next few days, it's just a test, all right? It's a test of your faith. It's a test of your patience. It could be a test of your, tenacity. Do you still want this? And if you want it, what do you truly want it to look like? Because it's almost like, I always say the tower moment is like when a house, something happens and the floor gets messed up. The floor floods or something like that. But you get so upset. You're like, oh my gosh, my floors, my beautiful floors. But now you can pick out the best ones. Now you can really pick out the ones you truly want. So don't see it as, a setback. Everything that you get set back for, it propels you forward. It's like a bow and arrow here. So don't get discouraged when this happens, or if it's already happened. Do not be discouraged, because this is a rebuild moment. It's to help you rebuild in the states where you want it. Whatever state you want it to look like, whatever state you want it to look in, okay? Your hidden energy is the Two of Wands and the Sun card. This is planning to make you happy. Just understand the sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. Just thinking about tomorrow. Seriously though, the Two of Wands is all about planning. Like I just said, it's about those floors. You might have just lost some floors that you were like, oh my gosh, these are beautiful. How could Father take this away from me? But then he gives you a catalog and says, whatever you want, however you want to do it. And now you're looking off into the abyss like, you know what, right. I can make some beautiful ones. I can make some that look way better than the ones I had or make me feel more comfortable. You know, heated floors, who knows? I'm just giving an example, but I hope that, you know, I hope you take it how it resonates. That's a small, weird example, but that's the example Father gave me, so I'm just telling y'all what I see. Anyways, Aquarius, I hope this helped and blessed. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed one. Thank you. Pisces for Tuesday. All right, let's see, Father. What do we have for Pisces for Tuesday? You could be going through a bout of sadness right now, okay? Something has absolutely just felt like it's over. Something feels like it's off. You could be struggling right now with depression or grief or both. You know, with the Five of Cups, it's like you're crying over spilled milk, but it's like you're still not ready to accept the fact yet that something's over or something happened. And it's just, it feels like gut-wrenching. I don't know why I just heard that word, gut-wrenching. But I understand, okay, once you reach the point of acceptance especially, you'll see why that there are still more opportunities out there to keep going, to keep feeling great about yourself, okay? Because I'm not saying that you feel too great about yourself right now. And this could be just because of exhaustion. When you're crying at night and doing all of that, it absolutely reflects on your body. Your physical depression is one of those things people are like, you know, how do you feel about doing regular activities? You know, I speak from a place of experience too. Do you feel like doing the activities that you used to? It's like, no, I don't have any energy. You know, it's times where you're just feeling like, I feel so blah. I've been crying all night. My body, my mental is just all depleted. I'm depleted. So I'm seeing that depletion. So I'm saying that you need to get outside, go for a run, go for a walk or something like that. That'll help, okay? I know that sounds hard to do when you don't have any energy, but it'll also help you sleep. And when you sleep, you start to forget about some things. I'm not telling you to just erase things from your mind. I'm telling you to just, you know, it'll help you naturally sleep. Once you work out, you do a lot of things, you start to get that energy, you burn that energy off in a better way, then you really get a better night's sleep, okay? Your hidden energy is the Page of Wands and the Moon. I'm telling you, go outside. I'm telling you, go outside. Find that creative spark to do something else, you know, with that energy and that time here. And with the Moon card, I see the emotions. They're deep. You're absolutely feeling some very, very deep emotion. Again, gut-wrenching is what I'm seeing. And it's wild, too, because we just had that full moon. For some of you all, it was Sunday night or Monday night or whatever, you know, whatever. I don't know. I don't know which night it was, okay? And people all around the world, it was different for everyone, okay? But I'm just saying that, you know, I see the emotions, and you're going to feel the full moon 3 days before and 3 days after. So if you've been feeling days of this, absolutely normal. Don't feel bad about yourself. But at the same time, you know, start to come up out of that. Father's like, get up out of that, because he has way more for you. There's still 2 cups left. He has way more for you and more to offer you. Right there, the spilled milk. The wine here, and right there are the 2 cups that are still left, okay? And if you've been drinking, you only make it worse, because drinking also puts you deep into your feelings and makes that a little deep. So just watch out for that as well. That's what I have for you. I hope you have a beautiful, blessed one, and I hope this helps.